number 3 here on the news is the Galactic Starcruiser, which has now announced a reduction in reservations and a huge discount of $700 off per voyage.
This is crazy.
Along with some substantial cuts in those voyages. Looking at the calendar that was provided online, there were about 6 days in July that were eliminated, about 10 days in August. So it seems like the summer months are not Galactic Starcruiser friendly months. We had discussed this a few episodes ago about the timeline for when this eventually would be laid to rest. And it looks like it's heading in that direction because Disney does not discount anything.
No. Unless they have to.
Especially not at this rate of discounting of something that is practically brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not even a year old.
It's not a year old, correct. So they are already starting to see that they've made a huge mistake on this. And they can't, again, admit that we screwed this up and we're going to maybe reimagine it, close it down for a little while, think of something else we could do with it, build a parking garage maybe, I don't know. I mean, something else besides this, because it is definitely not something that the consumer wants, as one can see by the lack of interest in it. So, Ken, what's your thoughts on the Galactic Starcruiser?
Well, one thing I found funny in the article is that the demand for the Star Wars experience has fallen significantly, with some voyages operating at only 25%. Mind you, people, like we just said, it's less than a year old. How pathetic is that?
Yeah. And I feel sorry for the cast members who trained for this and had to go through probably pretty extensive training and to have to stay in that character. And now you're basically, you know that there's only like a quarter of the voyages full. So how pumped up can you get for that on a daily basis?
So you think about it. So now they're offering discounts. Originally, they offered discounts for Disney Vacation Club. That didn't work. Now they're offering discounts for the general public. I don't think that's going to work. You have rooms that start at over $5,000 for, like I said months ago, a 2-night torture chamber. Here's what I think has to happen. And I said it months ago. And Walt, you and I said it a year ago. It's not sustainable.
No,
it's not sustainable. It's a rerun. It's a loop. That's all it is. And I can't believe that these executives would think that people would continue to come back for the same thing. I think, and once I want your take on it too. I think what's going to happen is that when this last ditch effort goes down, I think they'll keep the hotel open. I think they're going to have to significantly discount it, and it's going to be that 2-night, $5,000. The whole immersion is going to go away, and it's just going to be a hotel. Kind of like when you go to Galaxy's Edge, like they're dressed in character. They got those. I think that will stay. I think, like where you could go into the Starcruiser and quote unquote, like control the ship and stuff like that. I think that could be an upcharge. Stuff like that. But I think as you enter and check in until you leave immersion, I think that's going to have to go away. It has to.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there has to be some sort of reimagining of what they're going to do with that. I can't even speculate as to what it could possibly be. Maybe you're right. Maybe they will keep it as a hotel and then just maintain the theming of it. That's possible. That's definitely, a viable alternative to what they have right now. But just I think the startling thing about the whole thing is how they misjudged their customer base. I don't know. I'm assuming that they did enough market research on this and thought that this was going to be successful, but I don't know who they were. I understand that a pandemic hit and the economy kind of slowed a bit. But even if you eliminate those factors and just eliminate the COVID situation, like you always said, the sustainability of it from a 5,000, I think it was 6,000 when it first started.
It could have been. It was up there. And think about
it
that.
was up
6,000 is like the bare minimum.
The bare minimum, right? So, and you're talking about this isn't like a week at Disney. This isn't like, well, I'm staying at Grand Floridian for a week and it's going to cost me $6,000. This is 2 days. And I understand that it's an experience, but I think they vastly misjudged the popularity of this and the just the base of their fan base for it, because this really is a niche thing. It really is. It's very, very, there's a very small, despite the popularity. Here's the thing they misjudged. The popularity of Star Wars is astronomical. What's not astronomical is the money that people have in their pocket to spend when they go on vacation. People love the movie, but they don't necessarily want to be in this all immersive situation. Like as you call it, a torture chamber. It's basically like an escape room for 2 days. For 2 days, you just can't get out. Yeah. I mean, so, let's hope. Well, we were taking wagers on a date that this is going to go away. So I'm still holding to mine. I still say by the end of the year, I agree, this will die a very quiet death, and they will somehow, maybe at the next D23, they'll announce some sort of a change to this. That's my prediction for it. So we'll see if that holds true. Before we move on from this, Walt, because I saw this in the article too. So it's not only because of the dates they're canceling. So Disney's calling guests affected by the cancellations and offering to move them to a different voyage at a 50% discount. Wow. 50%. Think about how pissed off I would be if I actually paid full price. Exactly. Oh my God, this is just bad. This is bad. Yeah, this is bad. There's no. You could bring in the best PR guy or girl. You can't clean this up. Well, that's like I've said earlier and many times before. This is why it's best to sometimes just say to folks, "Hey, we messed up, and just move on." But don't just kind of like stick your toe in the water and pretend like we're gradually going to back out of a mistake. You made a mistake. Fess up to it, put it to rest, and move on. And it just doesn't happen. So, nope.